finished playing the first edition of Jeopardy and won almost $29,000.
This is Jeopardy!
We have Jenny and Rob facing me today. Here we go.
Here are the categories.
And we have these as our 6 categories. Vitamins and minerals, jewelry, libraries, the movies, quotes, and we're going to close it out with state capitals. Alright, I like the categories. Let's start things off with jewelry for 100, please.
The answer is...
Answer there. Some of these animals are placed in wire cages to protect them while they're making pearls. What are oysters? Jewelry 200.
The answer is...
19th century black mourning jewelry was made from a glossy form of this fossil fuel. What is coal? 300, please. Jewelry. Double. And I'll go for 500. At 563 carats, the star of this country is the largest fine blue star sapphire in the world. What is Israel? It's not? The star of India. Oh, it's okay. We'll get it back.
The answer is...
This popular diamond setting was introduced by Louis Comfort's father in 1870. The Tiffany setting. Alright.
The answer is...
Okay. Named for a Russian Tsar, it's one of the birthstones worn by people born in June. Alexandrite. Oh, okay. The movie's 100.
The answer is...
Let's try that. Bette Midler made her film debut as a ship passenger in this 1955 Michener Island saga. What is... What is Hawaii? Oh, wow, I got it. The movie's for 200.
The answer is...
This Oscar-winning 1959 film is partially set in the Valley of the Lepers. What is Ben-Hur? Out of the hole.
The answer is...
He went on to Oxford on an organ scholarship long before he started 10. Who is Dudley Moore?
The answer is...
Elizabeth Taylor sang "Send in the Clowns" in this movie musical, and we're not clowning. A little night music. Oh, okay. Quotes for 100. Okay, let's try that.
The answer is...
I was on my way to being a millionaire. I gave my wealth to the revolution, says this PLO boss, or PLO boss. And it's Yasser Arafat. State capitals for 100. Alright.
The answer is...
Good at state capitals. Andrew Johnson was born in this capital of North Carolina. What is Raleigh?
The answer is.
World Book bills it as the gateway to Southwest Washington. What is Olympia? State capitals for 300.
The answer is.
No pun intended. This Western capital is a homophone for a bashful Miss Southern. What is Cheyenne? State capitals for 400.
The answer is.
New England capital named for the city that's home to France's oldest botanical garden. What is Boston? Not Boston. It's Montpelier in Vermont.
The answer is.
This German silent film about a vampire was remade with Klaus Kinski in 1979. What is Nosferatu? There we go. State capitals for 500.
The answer is.
While we have 4 states whose name begins with I, this is the only state capital that does. What is Indianapolis?
The answer is.
Okay. In Maxims for Revolutionists, Shaw wrote, "He who can does, he who cannot does this." Teaches. Vitamins and minerals, 100.
The answer is.
A deficiency of this B vitamin, also known as nicotinic acid, causes pellagra. What is niacin?
The answer is.
Although some of this in food and water can reduce cavities, an excess can dull teeth. What is fluoride? Yeah.
The answer is.
Doctors advise a restricted intake of this to help reduce blood pressure. What is sodium? I'll go with the vitamins and minerals for 400.
The answer is.
The blood level of this mineral necessary for bone growth is regulated by the parathyroid. What is calcium? Vitamins and minerals, 500.
The answer is.
You need this sunshine vitamin to promote the absorption of the calcium. What is vitamin D? Here we go. I'll take quotes for 300.
The answer is.
Now I lay me down to this. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. What is sleep? Okay.
The answer is.
An optimist is a guy that has never never had much experience, wrote Don Marquis in this book. Archie and Mehedable. Alright. Library is 100.
The answer is.
In this system, a book on the history of art in the U.S. would be found under 709.73. What is the Dewey Decimal System?
The answer is.
Dedicated in 1981, this presidential library is located at the University of Michigan. Who is Gerald Ford? Yeah.
The answer is.
The Madison Memorial Building is the largest of the 3 Capitol Hill buildings housing this library. What is the Library of Congress?
The answer is.
With over 80 branches and over 11 million books, this city's is the largest U.S. public library. What is New York? Alright.
The answer is.
In 1731, the first library to circulate books on what's now the U.S. was founded in this city. What is Philadelphia? Now the last clue.
The answer is.
In The House of the Seven Gables, he wrote, "Life is made up of marble and mud." Nathaniel Hawthorne, yep. So Rob has $1,200, Jenny has $1,300, and I'm in the lead with $4,900. So Rob is going first in Double Jeopardy.
Here are the categories.
They are U.S. states, bays, world religion, art, the 1910s, and finally, Napoleon. U.S. states for 200.
The answer
All right,
is.
Let's start. Green Bay in this state is the smallest city to hold an NFL franchise. What is Wisconsin? I'll take U.S. states for 400.
The answer is.
State that was the birthplace of both Abe Lincoln and Jefferson Davis. What is Kentucky? Yeah. U.S. states for 600.
The answer is.
Largest of the 6 New England states, it's the most sparsely populated state east of the Mississippi. What is Maine? States for 800.
The answer is.
When the first Mormon pioneers came to Utah, it was part of this country. What is Mexico? That is right.
The answer is
State named by Spaniards for an imaginary isle in the novel Las Sargas de Esplandian. What is Florida? Not Florida. California. Okay. Art for 200.
the answer is
Michelangelo spent 3 years, 1501 1504, sculpting this Goliath-sized statue. What is David? I'll take art for 400, please.
the answer is
By their styles, Monet is considered one of these, and Cezanne a post one. What's an impressionist? Art for 600.
the answer is
For a fresco, before you apply the paint, you have to put this on the wall. What is plaster? Okay.
the answer is
His painting career began in 1880 and ended 10 years later in Auvers. Who is Paul Gauguin? No! Oh, wait a minute. I just figured it out. World Religion 200.
the answer is
Movable Christian feast that can take place between March 22nd and April 25th. What is Easter? I'll take World Religion for 400, please.
the answer is
Jewish Feast of Purim marks this queen's saving of the Jews in the Persian Empire. Esther.
the answer is
This Baroque Flemish artist's name has become an adjective to describe his style. Who is Rene Magritte? Peter Paul Rubens.
the answer is
Island on which Carlo and Letizia Bonaparte changed son Napoleon's nappies. Corsica.
the answer is
Prudhoe Bay on this state's north coast has grown rapidly since oil was found in 1968. What is Alaska?
the answer is
Canadian Bay? What is Hudson Bay?
The answer is
The city by the bay is by this bay. What is San Francisco Bay?
the answer is
The waters of this lake's Green Bay often appear blue. What is Lake Michigan?
the answer is
Nova Scotia and New Brunswick border this bay, known for having the world's highest tide. What is the Bay of Fundy? Ran the bays category, and look where it got me. I'll take Napoleon for 400.
the answer is
Though the cause of death is uncertain, we do know Napoleon died on this island. St. Helena.
the answer is
Napoleon kept Louis XVIII out of power this many days. What is 100? Napoleon for 800.
the answer is
Napoleon assembled the Grand Army in Boulogne, threatening to invade this country. England.
the answer is
Okay. According to Mormon teaching, it's the name of the angel who appeared to Joseph Smith. Moroni. There's one of the two daily doubles. Here's the clue. In Catholicism, Immaculate Conception refers to her being born without original sin, and it's Virgin Mary. Numbers up to 6,600. There's the other daily double. Oh boy. Even though Napoleon divorced her, Josephine got to keep this rank, and it's Empress. That puts Rob in the lead at this point.
the answer is
A 1918 British Act of Parliament allowed women 30 and over to do this. What is vote? The 1910s for 400.
the answer is
This organization of U.S. veterans was chartered in 1919. The American Legion.
the answer is
So far, this Norwegian's claim of reaching the South Pole in 1911 hasn't been disproven. Who is Roald Amundsen?
The answer is.
First name of Gustav Krupp von Bohlen und Halbach's wife. A really big gun was named after her. Who is Bertha? The 1910s 1000.
The answer is.
The smallest Balkan country proclaimed its independence November 28, 1912. What is Albania? We're getting the lead for now. Let's look at that last clue.
The answer is.
The Muslim calendar starts from the year of this, Muhammad's flight from Mecca. The Hijra. So Jenny has 5,300, Rob has 11,200, and I have 11,700. So it's category is toys. I'm gonna go all in. This toy is made of 6 to 7 feet of wire, so it's twisted about 92 coils. That's all. What is a slinky? Okay? That's gonna give me $23,400. Yep. Final Jeopardy.
The final Jeopardy answer is.
Is it a slinky? Yep. And I'm going to see you all for that next segment right after this break.